If you're wondering whether the narcissist will ever commit, here's the truth. You're not confused. You already have the answer. You know. I'm about to give you 7 psychological signs that reveal if someone never planned to commit to you, even if right at the beginning they showed you that they were obsessed with you. Watch this video. Hello, my friends. I hope that you're all doing really well. Now, I really wanted to make this video for you guys because a lot of you, namely you viewers, I remember I did a video not so long ago and we talked about, the narcissistic behavior, the obsession. They say things, but they don't carry through. I really wanted to make this video. This is like a general one, not necessarily specifically to narcissist or toxic individuals, but just these are like 7 checkpoints that you can kind of cross-reference whenever you need to, because I feel like it's really important to know whether this person is actually serious about you, wants to commit to you, and wants to have a future with you, so that you're not wasting your time. I feel like it's the most hurtful thing, one of the most hurtful things, when somebody actually does do this to you, where they make big promises, but there's no action that follows through. And, you're the one that is hoping and wishing that things can be different, or why isn't something not materializing? Why isn't someone going, the way that they said they would? And yes, there's a lot of future faking, but it's not necessarily future faking. I want to talk about the commitment and the signs, whether, you can really kind of understand and see whether someone is, wanting that from a relationship. Because look, there's one part of it. Yes, they're obsessed. They find you sexually attractive. They want you, like you're having a lovely kind of like relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, but maybe you want it to go to the next stage, or maybe you're wanting a deeper commitment from that person and it's just not happening, or there's certain telltale signs. And I really hope that this video helps you to kind of uncover all of that. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get into the video. So as I touched upon this earlier, the future faking, where you've got big promises, no action, and kind of like one day type of language. Dreams without steps are basically manipulation. So this person keeps you around, tells you things, makes you live in hope. And I feel like this is one of the deadliest things, when someone actually does do that. Like, they make you live in hope. Like, what is that about? And I've seen this time and time again, in my client work with certain clients, where it's even been the end of the relationship and the narcissist keeps hoovering them back in. And this is why they essentially came into therapy, because they wanted to get over the narcissist. They don't want to be drawn in. And I think this is where the issues lay, is when we stay stuck in hope. Don't do this to yourselves. Like, whichever part you are, or whatever stage you are in this relationship, or maybe it's over, you're living in hope. You're wishing and wanting a certain outcome because someone is saying that to you. That is the worst stage that you can be in. It's limbo. It's limbo, because this person is saying one thing and then something else is happening. That is limbo. That is manipulation. The other thing that you have to kind of look at and see it for what it is that they lack emotional depth. So this is all about surface level bonding. They say things, but they never actually do it. It's a lot of this is about deflection, where they will tell you what you want to hear. And there's certain people that are out there that don't have a problem with doing that, don't have a problem with letting you down. And the fact is, they don't actually care how that makes you feel. Now, just let that sink in. They don't care how that makes you feel. They tell you what you want to hear to evoke a certain emotional reaction from you. And that is what they want. They want your interest. They want your validation. They want you to stick around. But this person never follows through with anything. So what is that about? Or they could even change the topic when you're sharing feelings or you're asking questions. They don't actually give you a straight answer. This is like the main one to look out for. They never commit to anything. They never actually give you a real answer, something that you can hold on to, something that you can trust. The other one to look out for is that you never integrated into that person's life. So you were never really part of it. And I've also like come across this in my client work where they never really introduce you to their life, like to their family. I think this is a big one as well, especially if you've been with someone for quite a long amount of time. Not even like, even if it is like a few, months, maybe not a few weeks and a few days, but after a few months, yeah, you should, I feel like, depending on the relationship, yeah, you should have at least met that person's friends or their family or people that they care about, but you're never really integrated into their life. And another thing could be is that you're always feeling like you're second best. Like they never put you, not even that you have to be first, but they never actually put your interests, forward, or they ever think about you. It's just like you're there. It's nothing. Like they never commit to anything. And there's no real inclusion into their life. It's like you feel like you live in different worlds and there's no growth of intimacy. So you can, whilst they're saying, yes, there's a future, but you can see by their behavior that that isn't matching. The other one that I feel is really bad is they withhold commitment, but they want intimacy from you. What I mean by that is double standards. So they want commitment from you, but they don't give it back to you. But they want the loyalty from you, but they don't give that back to you. Seriously, what is that about? That is about control without responsibility. They want access to your life, but they don't want to be accountable. So again, I know probably in the comments you're going to say, well, this is like most modern day relationships, but that is what is wrong with the society today. How has it got to this? How is it that we are allowing people to treat us like this? I'm sorry, but it's wrong. How can you do that to someone? You want someone to give you commitment, to want to give you intimacy and access into their life, but that person can't do that for you. No, that is wrong. Regardless of how you feel about that person, I just feel that that is all about manipulation and all about control. How can someone be telling you or expecting something from you when they don't give it back? I just think that's so bad. I know that this might not apply to everybody, but sometimes they can appear as cold after intimacy. So it's kind of like you feel like you're being used. You feel like your body is being used. So that's emotional distance after closeness. And this comes along with the pattern of push and pull. Like they're all for it, but then they pull away. It's like you feel that you're being used, like your body is being used. You don't feel like there's closeness. You don't feel like there's any type of connection apart from those few moments that you guys are intimate, but then that's it. That's another red flag to look out for, because then that person is not showing respect for you as a person, but just what you can give them. So again, this is a surface level connection. Another one is to look out for, and it's huge, is that everything is on their terms. Basically timelines, boundaries, emotional pacing, how they want this relationship to go, where to meet, what to do, what not to do. Like, a relationship is about two people being together, two people being consistent with one another, connected to one another. But when everything is on the terms of another person, okay, like it could work out for a little bit of time, but going forward, how can this relationship survive that? I don't think it really can, because how can you lead your life how someone else wants theirs to be? So basically you end up becoming an emotional slave. You lose yourself in the process, but that person wants everything from you: timelines, boundaries, emotional pacing. Like, what the hell? They want everything to be done their way. And that, my friends, is all about control. So this is the things that you need to look out for. If someone is being like this to you, you're going to have to put boundaries in place, because how is it that somebody wants everything on their terms and doesn't ask you, doesn't consider you? How is that like a two-way relationship? How is that fair? This is a huge one, and I've heard this again quite a lot. You feel like you're waiting, you're not actually building in a relationship. So I hear this. It's quite common in narcissistic or toxic relationships, where you're always waiting for something to happen. Like, if we do this, then this will happen. If you do that, or if things change, then this will happen. So you're never actually building anything together. You're always waiting around. It's like you've paused, but they are living. It's like you can't go out and, see your friends, but they can. So there always is at this point where, you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting to a certain time point, but that time point never actually really comes. It never actually ever progresses. And when you're in, for example, when you're with a narcissist, when you're in these cycles, you think that when they change, when they come back to you, that things are going to be different. Also, at the ending of a cycle, and they have discarded you, you always end up thinking, oh, maybe if I had done this, or maybe if we had got committed more serious, or maybe if we had a baby, or maybe if we got married, things would have been different. And you're always waiting for that moment. I hope that makes sense. But you're always waiting for that moment. If you had that, then they wouldn't have left. So this is another thing that keeps you stuck in this perpetual cycle, keeps you stuck going round and round and round in this, but nothing ever really materializes. So my friends, this is about seeing the bigger picture. You've got to understand that if any of these points that I have just said are resonating with you, please know that commitment is not coming. Because if somebody wants you, if somebody chooses you, they're all for you. Do you know what? You wouldn't even be watching this video. And I'm really sorry to say it. If you are, and if you've come to this point, I'm really sorry, but commitment isn't coming, my friends. And my heart goes out to you, and please know that I do know how you feel. I do know, because I have had this happen to me like loads of times. But this is about this person being emotionally unavailable. They want you, they want the commitment from you, they want the label, but they're not going to commit. They're not going to give you what it is that you want, because a lot of the times it's about fear of exposure. It's about fear of commitment. I'm sorry, but how can you fear commitment? It is a natural part of being a human being. Like this is the human experience. But what this does tell me is that this person has issues from childhood, emotional unavailability. It's about trauma. And the thing is, you can't wait around for somebody like this. You can't fix them. They don't want to be fixed. And this is more about you realizing that actually they're not giving you what it is that you want. They're not satisfying. They're not making you happy. Maybe they did at some point, but right now they're not. Just remember, my friends, don't wait to be chosen by someone who benefits from your energy. If you are someone that is going through this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details. I've also got the membership. And also, I've got a wonderful brand new, well, it's season 2 now, podcast called Mindset Makeover. And look, I'm inviting you to heal with these tools that I do offer. I really hope that you are able to take me up on this offer. I'd love to see you inside the mentorship or on a one-to-one call. Guys, if this video has resonated with you, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.